watershed is a basin-like landform defined by high points and ridgelines that descend into lower elevations and stream valleys. An impermeable layer is where nothing goes through, and permeable is where things can go through. Groundwater is water found underground in the cracks and spaces in soil, sand, and rocks. Surface water is natural water that has not penetrated much below the surface of the ground. Porosity is the amount of empty space between the material. The rocks in this model have a high porosity because there's a lot of space between them. The layers in the model don't have a high porosity altogether because they are very squished together. Point source pollution is where you know exactly where the pollution is coming from. These 5 pictures are examples of point source pollution because you know exactly where the pollution is coming from. Pipes are good examples of point source pollution because they lead you to know exactly where the pollution is coming from. Non-point source pollution is where you can't tell where the pollution is coming from. These 5 pictures are examples of non-point source pollution because once they are used and in use, you can't tell where their pollution is coming from. Once this air pollution is in the air, you can't tell where it's coming from. The water flow through these rocks is going downwards because the water seeps through the rocks. The result from the water testing is that the water is dirty and polluted. It is polluted because of the red Kool-Aid, which is a fertilizer, and the green dye that was the gasoline. If this pollution continues, then that would mean there would be no more animals and living organisms in this pond area because animals and organisms cannot live in this polluted area. So pretty much a watershed is an area of land where there's all other waters draining into it. And point source pollution is where you know where the pollution is coming from, and non-point source pollution is where you don't know where the pollution is coming from.